Today we're in Goodyear, it's about 30 minutes west of Phoenix, and this is our brand new state-of-the-art sustainable distribution facility. This is the first facility in America, frankly the world, that is both LEED Platinum and Energy Net Neutral. That means everything that you see in this warehouse is running on the solar panels that are on the roof. What we found amazing is that KNAPP was already way down this process. KNAPP builds its OSR with low voltage motors. KNAPP thinks about the energy that is used in each of their stations. And we were able to figure out what we needed to build the solar array that supported this facility. At the same time, we wanted to bring in a technology that delivered on a promise in the industry that no one has achieved to this date. This concept of omni-channel one-touch production. And with the assistance of DMW&H and KNAPP with their technology of OSR and Pi stations and pocket sorters, we achieved that technology goal. You know, like most distribution plants, we receive an ASN from our vendor, and we use UCC 128 barcodes to auto-receive our packages. We place them on a conveyor line, and basically they have a few different destinations. We can receive them and then send them off to Deep Reserve for holding, or we can immediately cross-dock that carton and send it to our shipping department. Or we can destine that product into our OSR system. So about 60% of our stuff is automated receiving, but what's really exciting is how we go from automated receiving to actual split production. So let's imagine one of those cartons that are heading off to our KNAPP design. And the first thing that we're going to go to is decant. We're going to scan that UCC 128 barcode, we're going to scan the UPC, we're going to do a blind count verification, and we're going to put all of that product into a tote. Now that tote is then going to go into the KNAPP OSR, and it's going to wait until we drop demand for our retail stores or direct to consumer. KNAPP will recognize that demand and pull the tote out to one of the Pi stations. And what's amazing about the Pi station is that it has outbound cardboard boxes to our stores and use of the pocket sorter that allows us to ship directly to our customer. So here's how it works. The donor tote comes up, I grab an item and I either put it in a cardboard box for retail, and if I fill that retail box, I'm going to send that retail box off to an automated litter, an automated labeler, and off it goes to shipping. At the exact same time, I can pull that item out, I can put it into a KNAPP pocket, and that pocket is going to go into a sorter. And it's going to bring all those pockets together and ensure that your order is aligned. Those pockets will then go down to our packaging stations. Without any scanning of product, we'll pull product out of the pockets, we'll put them in a bag or a box, and we'll send them out to shipping. So our process is actually pretty simple. An automated receiving to a decant station, to an OSR, to a Pi station that can do direct to consumer and retail at the same time, out to shipping, out to our customer. If you go to our two existing facilities in Seattle and in Bedford, Pennsylvania, what you really find is that standard warehouse that we're all used to seeing. You find bin boxes that someone walks around and pulls things out of and puts it in totes and goes to packaging stations, and you see all the labor around that. When you come into this building and you find this OSR system that is releasing product to your picker. And the way I like to think about it is that depending on the time of the season in my current existing buildings, I'd have 20 to 40 people on those mezzanines actually picking product. And then you go down to my packaging stations and I'd find 40 people in my packaging stations. Here, I have 8 people in my picking stations. And in my packaging stations, I have about 5. Now you can do the math against that, which is a huge ROI. It does two things. It has dramatically increased our rate of pick, our speed. In fact, a pick here is about 6 seconds. And the user is constantly working at 6 seconds a pace because they're not walking anywhere. They're not going anywhere. They don't have to go down aisles. But imagine a 6-second pick speed without any walk. Now you start to see the ROI on the investment that you make in this technology. You know, I've been going to conferences for years and we always have a conversation of sustainability. Then you walk out into the halls and there's a little bit of snickering that says you could never really afford to do that. It's not going to have that return on investment. With everything that you see in this warehouse, air conditioning, all the conveyor system, all of the amazing OSR Pi station from KNAPP, we're running it on solar that is on the roof. The total investment in that was about $3.5 million. Relative to energy usage, I'm energy free in 4.7 years. I have a 25-year lifespan on that solar array. which means I have 20 years of free energy. Now that's an ROI that's just amazing. Doing something right for the environment while at the same time building an ROI that, frankly, any CFO would love to have. This is an amazing place to be in. I couldn't be more excited. I couldn't be happier with the partners that I worked with to create this facility.